Hi friends, once more, you are all welcome to AJP's classroom. If you are watching this channel for the first time, I request you to be subscribed to this channel. And today, I am here to guide you to answer a common question. Why do earthquake and volcanic explosions occur? In order to answer this question, firstly we have to check our previous knowledge about the structure of Earth. Are you aware of the structure of our planet, the Earth? How many layers are there? I have explained the structure of Earth in a previous video, and the link of that video has been set in the description box. Please go for it. Earth has three layers. Crust, mantle, and core are those layers. Crust is again classified into continental crust and the oceanic crust. Crust is the outermost layer. Beneath the crust, there is mantle, which is classified into upper mantle and lower mantle. Core is beneath the mantle and it is subdivided into outer core and the inner core. Crust and the upper mantle as a whole is known as lithosphere and it is in solid state, and the lower mantle, which is in a semi-liquid state, is known as asthenosphere. Outer core is in liquid form and the inner core is in solid form. The lithosphere exists as several fragments, just like the broken shell of an egg. These fragments, which are several thousands kilometers wide and just 100 kilometers thick, are called the lithospheric plates. Some of them are big and some others are small. However, each one of them contain oceanic and continental areas. The picture shows various lithospheric plates. The largest among them is, you see, the Pacific Plate. North American, African, Eurasian, South American, Antarctic, and Indo-Australian plates are other big plates. Cocos, Nazca, Scotia, Arabian, Philippines, and Caribbean plates are the small plates. These lithospheric plates are situated above the asthenosphere, which is in molten state due to high temperature at the interior of the Earth, and it undergoes continuous convection. This convection makes the lithospheric plates moving, and the speed of this movement is 2 to 12 centimeters per year. Alfred Wegener, a German meteorologist, put forward the idea of continental drift in 1912. He argued that millions of years ago, all the present-day continents were a single unit, forming supercontinent named Pangaea, which was encircled by an ocean called Penthalaza. Wegener believed that other millions of years, the continental portion drifted over the ocean floor, forming the present continents. As per this hypothesis, the lithospheric plates may move in three ways. If two plates move apart from each other, the adjacent margins of those plates are called divergent margins. If two plates move towards each other, adjacent margins of those plates are the convergent margins. And if the plates slide past each other, their adjacent margins are shear margins or the transfer margins. Suppose The convergent margin is formed in between two continental plates. Then the margins will be folded up as both of them are of equal density. And this process leads to formation of fault mountains like the Himalayas. And now, if convergent margin is between two oceanic plates and both of them are of different density, the denser plate will be submerged under the lighter one, and the submerged portion of the plate undergoes melting, and thus ocean trenches like the Challenger, the deep in the Pacific Ocean, will be formed. And this process or this zone is called as the subduction zone. Further, if convergent margin is formed in between an oceanic and a continental plate, the denser oceanic plate will be submerged. In such cases, magma may be pushed up through the fissures in the crust, and it causes volcanic explosions. Rift valleys will be formed along the divergent margins between two continental plates. And if divergent margin is between two oceanic plates, two phenomena may occur. They are the sea floor spreading and oceanic ridges. If the gap formed between two oceanic plates is a narrow one, magma will come out slowly and solidifies to form new sea floors, and this phenomenon is known as the sea floor spreading. And if the gap formed is a wide one, magma comes out in large quantity and solidifies to form ridges. Middle Atlantic Ridge is an example for it. Generally, no landforms are formed along the transform margins. The margins between two plates slide past each other is known as the transform margin or the shear margin. This is the fault zones. Earthquakes and volcanic explosions may occur here. You see, fault mountains, plateaus, and volcanoes are the results of plate movements. Plate margins are generally vulnerable to earthquakes and volcanoes or faults. Earth movements can be classified into two, and they are endogenic forces and exogenic forces. Endogenic forces are again classified into two as diastrophic and sudden movements. Plate movements comes under diastrophic movements. As a result of it, some regions on the Earth's crust are subjected either to upliftment or subsidence. These movements affect only over very long period of time. Compared to them, sudden movement affects mankind more, like volcanic eruptions and earthquakes. What is an earthquake? Rocks in the deeper interior of the earth undergo displacement and falls due to plate movements and other causes. Under such situations, severe pressure is exerted on the Earth's lithosphere and seismic waves are generated just like waves in a pond spreading in all directions when a heavy object falls into it. These waves create tremors on the Earth's surface. These tremors are experienced by us as earthquake. Apart from plate movements and faulting, earthquake occur due to other reasons as well. And those reasons are collapse of roofs of mines, pressure in reservoirs, volcanic eruptions. The deep points inside the earth where the earthquake occurs are known as the focus, and the point vertically above it on the earth's surface is known as the epicenter. Three types of waves are produced from the focus during an earthquake: primary waves, secondary waves, and surface waves. The surface waves are the most destructive. The seismic waves are recorded by an instrument called seismograph. The Richter scale measures the intensity of energy released at the time of an earthquake. The earthquake that occurred in Chile has been the most severe one. It recorded as intensity of 9.5 in the Richter scale. Many a time, earthquakes occurring in ocean floor cause giant sea waves. Such violent sea waves that rise several meters high are known as tsunamis. Tsunamis is Japanese term meaning harbor waves. Haven't you noticed the hot molten rock that comes out through the fissures on the crust? Volcanoes are formed by such molten rock material coming out through the fissures along the plate margins. Nearly 80% of the world's volcanoes are situated around the Pacific Ocean. This zone containing more than 452 volcanoes is known as the Pacific Ring of Fire. You know that volcanoes pose serious threats to life, but they're also useful in many ways. Don't you want to know how they are useful to man? The soil formed by the weathering of lava rocks is fertile. Example, the black soil of the Deccan Plateau. Geysers are formed in many volcanic regions. Example, the All Faithful Geyser, Yellowstone National Park, North America. And volcanic ash is good manure.